So I thought I would give you guys an update on how this little guy is doing. I mean, he's doing great actually. Let me just remove that so I can show you guys better. I don't have a tripod or anything, so I'm just holding the camera in one hand and doing this with the other hand. Oh shit, I might have to move. Oh shit. I might have to move him to a different pot. There you go. I mean to a different class. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move him to a different class before it's too late. So I'm gonna have to move him to probably just a drinking class. I did not realize that it was getting this big. So the last video you guys have been following me, I uploaded probably back in October when I was doing a water propagation on this little fella. So it's been about 4 months back in October now. So yeah, and I have this little guys by the window. As you can see how the water is like really filthy, covering algae and stuff like that. And I don't really change the water that much. Changing the water means you'll get more salt. You'll get more salt added into the water. So reserve and not changing the water that much is actually better for the wellfin. And this guy was probably in August. And I have never shown this leaf, but I'm not a fan of this leaf also. As you can see, it is not really the best wellfin leaf to be displayed. So I decided to water propagate it also. And this guy is doing actually great too, with a lot of pop shooting out. Also, some of you guys has been asking me if they have like a little smush, if there's a little mush on the bottom of the leaf whenever you guys try to water propagate. Don't sweat it. You don't even have to cut it. That is normal. That is normal for most Sansevieria leaf when you guys first try to water propagate it. It will get a little bit mushy on the bottom. Don't cut it, just leave it back in. The more you cut it, the more it's gonna get mushy, and then the more you have to cut it, and then basically you'll have no leaf left to water propagate. Also, what I would recommend when you guys water propagate is also the way you guys cut the leaf. So for example right here, if you guys gonna be water propagate, I would suggest you cut the leaf way at the bottom of the base where the rhizome is to ensure more root develop when you guys soak it in water. Another question that I have been getting a lot is going in depth into my watering schedule. So I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth for my watering schedule. So I only water, so if I were you, pick a day that you're free, and that would be your watering schedule from now on. So my watering schedule is usually on Wednesday, and if I forget, I usually just switch to Saturday. No big deal, as long as it's still in the same week. So I would water mine only on Wednesday, and I would water it at night. The reason why I water it at night, because during the day, when you water it during the day, the water will evaporate, and your wellfin and all Sansevieria, they are a very slow drinker, so you want to give them a lot more time to drink. That is why that is why I only water mine at night, because at night it is less hot, so it will give them a lot more time to drink. And they are a slow drinker. And when I do water it, I water it twice. So what do I mean by that? is when I first water it, the first passage of water will pass through really quickly, and the water will not gonna have time, and the soil is not gonna have time for the water to absorb it into the soil. I feel like I just repeat myself in that sentence. So I water it twice. The first water will pass through quickly, and your soil is not gonna have time for the water to soak in it. And then I will water it again for the second time, just to ensure that the soil is fully soaked in water for the plant to drink. And if some of you guys thinking, oh no, he watering at night and he watering twice, so his plant is going to be rot. Well, that is why I plant most of them in terracotta pot, just to be ensured that some of that water will evaporate through the terracotta pot, and that is how I water my plant. So if you guys have any more questions, just feel free to ask me, and I love answering all these questions that you guys are having, like Welfin or a very easy, basically Sansevieria, or a very easy plant to take care of. And I will upload more pictures and more video on my YouTube and Instagram soon. And let me give you guys a little sneak peek of some of my Sansevieria has been growing leaf in pot. I like this one. It's having like 3 leaves in one pot, and this Sansevieria right here having 2 leaves in one pot. I do notice that a lot of Sansevieria do revert back to their normal state of growing this way. Like if you see this plant right here, it is growing the same way as this leaf is growing. And like I said, do not get water inside the crown. If you guys want a secondary leaf out of the same crown. And what do I mean by the crown? This is the crown. Do not get water inside it. If you get water inside, you're not going to have a secondary leaf. You see how this plant have a secondary leaf right there? I try my best not to get water inside, but because of the way I plant this rhizome, I might not get a secondary leaf out of this plant. Let me show you another one. You see how this rhizome is already have a secondary leaf and is having another leaf coming out. Same thing like this one right here. Let me go over here. Hey. This is actually my favorite pot. Look how wild it grows. And this is all come from one rhizome. That is why I keep telling people, why are you guys dividing them? Like sooner or later you're gonna be out of spot, out of pot, and out of space to have in your room if you guys keep dividing them. Like keep them all in one pot. I never divided my Welfin, and look how beautiful it is. I do remember someone comment saying that my Sansevieria is dying. This is Sansevieria Kirkii carpetone, so it's not the fact that it's dying. This is just how it is. And I have another one right here. Let me move this pothole down. And I just love how crazy and it's just spreading out everywhere. And this is Sansevieria macrophylla. Macrophylla is starting to become one of my favorite Sansevieria, other than the Welfin now, the Messiana. So I do have 3 macrophylla that I will show you guys in the next video. And if you guys didn't know, macrophylla is a hybrid of Welfin and another and another type of Sansevieria. So it's a hybrid. That's why if you guys look at the macrophilia, it looks similar to the whale fin because it's a hybrid of it. Hybrid is just another term for two different species not meant to be together but somehow end up being together.